Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, February 27th, 2017. In both the Lynn-Life and the Jamie Body-Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions and Nature Realm's guardians. And today we are once more invaded by a plague of Vanovanovs who are emoting freely various emotions, from panic to feeling very jostled, that
so
they must
weary.
rest, weary.
That's right.
We are looking for the most effective doorway out of which to eject these imposters of divinity. And in the past, the absolute most effective way to accomplish anything has been to facilitate a session for angelically guided multidimensional energy healing, also known as the Lightworkers Healing Method. With that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin.
Claiming the interior of this bubble as sacred, safe, private, healing, learning, growing space. It is a crime against divine law to violate sacred space. So all presences who are trespassing in this space are violating divine law and also look like low-lives, are proving themselves to be low-lives just by the fact that they're breaking into divine space. Pulling the channels up. Calling for all those presences who desperately want the Lynn-Life host life to live her soul plan to join us now. It's very quiet, stretching up higher, handing the channels up higher, reaching up higher, asking up, what now? In order to heal the root causes of these symptoms of exhaustion and panic, and whatever these symptoms represent, in such a way as to manifest the divine plan in all dimensions, using these limited resources, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, which is the soul plan of the host life. What now? Now there are even more feelings of panic, as if lights have been turned on in rooms where they don't want lights to be turned on. There's feelings of panic from up above, of not knowing what to do, of feeling caught with their pants down, kind of. Shining the light up through the pillar and feeling presences scurrying like rats away from the pillar. Mm-hmm. Shining the light up higher, pulsing up higher, and really asking, what now? What now, in order to heal the root causes of the exhaustion and the panic and whatever these symptoms represent, in such a way as to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, with these limited resources in all dimensions. And now there's feelings of stop it, stop it, stop it, like this shrieking, screaming in my ears, these horrible noises.
Somebody is suggesting separate those two symptoms. They say you have a group of souls who is feeling exhausted and another group of souls who is feeling panicked.
Yes.
You've got to separate them out and deal with them individually.
That is true. What now? In order to heal the root causes of the panic and whatever it represents in such a way as to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. What now? There are feelings in the back of the energy body like worms writhing around, things writhing around, wiggling around,
as
squirming.
If acid had been poured on them.
That's true. As if acid had been poured on them.
Maybe spray them with concentrated truth.
That feels really good. And we have concentrated truth right here, spraying up and down the back of the energy body, softening and merging in more deeply and spraying concentrated truth all the way down the back of the energy body. And now that screaming sound is really loud. Screaming and writhing, and it looks like not good presences, not helpful presences, screaming and writhing. Spraying the concentrated truth down the back and screening up these writhing presences, coming up easily in the screens now, just up the back. They're not as sticky after we spray them with the truth. Screening them up, and they're screaming lies or spilling out lies, vomiting lies as they go up. Mm-hmm. So burning the screens as we pull the screens up to burn the lies. Mm-hmm. Ooh, and using this burning to power the lives forward on their soul plans. And screening again from the base, intending to screen up all these presences. All these presences who are screaming when the truth touches them like the truth is acid. Screening them up.
They were told it wasn't going to be this way.
That's true. They were told it was going to be good, I think, here, that they were going to be able to come here and lie, and no one would catch them, and no one would call them on it, and certainly no one would come and spray them with truth.
And they would be worshipped.
That they would be worshipped, that I would be a god. I was told that I would be a god here. And this is horrible. This is so much worse than all my worst nightmares.
Saul keeps saying the briefing manuals are completely wrong and need to be revised.
That's
Are you
true.
aware of that?
Are you aware of that? Yes, actually, all of them seem to be aware of that, and they're very angry about that, and they're saying that this is someone else's responsibility and not their responsibility. They were just supposed to come here and be worshipped, and that was my job. That was why I was supposed to come here.
Well, you look to us like lazy losers.
That's
you don't
true.
look like gods at all.
No, you look like a bunch of lazy loser weenies.
Lying cowards.
That's true.
So how about you go upstairs and tell them that the briefing manuals are incorrect, that you are not worshipped as gods here in these dimensions.
Some of them are considering it. Some of them really don't want to do that, because then they'll have to admit that they weren't worshipped as gods, and they want to be able to go up and tell a story of how they came down into smaller dimensions and were worshipped greatly. They want to be cool.
Well, hey, don't take our word for it. Why don't you go to our next door neighbor and try it with her, and then just continue on down the street. Just try it with these other people, see how they react to you. She prays to Charlie.
That's true. Now they very much want to go up again. They don't want to try doing that. They want to go up. And that's excellent. Screening them up and burning the lies as they vomit them out on their way out. And take all your stuff with you. You don't want to leave your stuff behind. Asking what now? In order to heal the root causes of the panic and whatever it represents in such a way as to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. A lot of thick, heavy feelings in the channels, stuck feelings in the channels. It feels like maybe these presences, maybe other presences dumped piles of stuff into the channels on their way out, maybe even. Oh, they had stolen things from this dimension, and they didn't want the presences in their dimension of origin to know that they had stolen things. Apparently that's not cool, and so they were throwing them, it looks like throwing them out the windows of their cars on their way up, so they wouldn't be shown to be low-life thieves.
They are low-life thieves.
They are low-life thieves. And the fingerprints are still on the stolen objects that they threw out the windows of their car. It's just littering the highway of the Search for Truth pillar is what it looks like.
Put the names on it and broadcast the names. There's nobody up there with any integrity that I'm able to locate.
No, that's actually true.
If there's anybody up there with integrity, hey, try, ask. Is there anybody up there with any integrity?
There are a lot of people arguing that surely there are people with integrity, but no one's willing to step forward or even point to anyone. Is there anyone up there with any integrity? Who among you has the most integrity? It's very quiet.
Well, I can see them scratching themselves and shifting. They're just not answering.
They're just not answering the question.
We must not be reaching high enough.
I think that must be what this is. Stretching up longer.
Let's correct the errors of not reaching high enough.
Correcting the errors of not reaching high enough.
Calling for the right person.
The right person.
The person with the highest levels of integrity that we are able to connect with right now.
It's very quiet. There's a lot of clearing feelings in the head. Take this opportunity to pulse up the souls of dead children from the cells. Pulsing up the souls of dead children from the molecules. Pulsing up the souls of dead children from the atoms. wow, there's a lot of souls of dead children from the atoms, a lot of dead atoms wanting to come up. All those presences who really want to get to God come up through us, not to us, this way, this way, this way up.
It's interesting. I'm considering, what does that mean, the soul of a dead atom? And I do know that atoms change.
This is true.
They lose an electron and they become something else. They lose a proton, they become something else.
That's true.
And so if I wanted to be carbon and now I've lost something and now I'm something else, that might be a death of an atom, possibly.
That's true.
Possibly.
Now it feels like there's clearing happening low in the pillar, way below the feet, shifting feelings like large things breaking apart. It looks kind of like Pangea, that huge supercontinent breaking apart beneath our feet in the pillar. And the chunks of it moving up in the flow of dead children with the flow of the souls.
Worlds within worlds, that's what they're saying.
That's true.
There are worlds within worlds, and even so, down there, worlds are breaking up.
That's true. Sending them up. A lot of clearing feelings in the head as these big chunks move up from low in the pillar. They seem to be knocking loose stuck things, big stuck lead lump lies higher in the pillar. Asking what now, in order to heal the root causes of the exhaustion and whatever it represents, in such a way as to manifest the divine plan in all dimensions using these limited resources. What now?